Today's video is going to be all about understanding why you want to start a business. I think it's absolutely incredible that so many people are discovering entrepreneurship, that it's sort of like trendy now, and all these people want to work for themselves. But I think it's really, really important to understand what your motivations are for starting a business before you start. And I built my entire business around the entire idea that you need to sort of give yourself a game plan, a really strong foundation financially, just logistically, that before you start your business. And I think this is the type of video that everyone should watch before they think that they're going to embark on an entrepreneurship journey, just so you can not set yourself up for failure and you can really be crystal clear about what it is that you want. My name is Olivia. I'm the founder here at Lavi Rèv. We're a consultancy that specializes in strategic planning, finance, just giving Black and brown women all the tools they need to build their dreams. So my goal for you for this video is to really just be able to go in depth into why you want to start your own business, what are your motivations, what are like the key points that you need to look out for, and how you can apply that to your own life. I'm really, really big on just giving like actionable steps and tools. That's actually my biggest kind of pet peeve or critique with social media these days that I've noticed. It's like everyone's like, start your own business. I made $1 million. And it's like, I made $1 million overnight, passive income. And it's like, as somebody again who has worked in finance for the last decade across the world, it's not, it is that simple. It can be that simple, but it doesn't happen overnight. It's not like one of these like get rich quick kind of schemes. Like no, it's just not like that. And I think you really need to have like real concrete tangible things that you can do, not just like wishy-washy made up somebody trying to sell you $100 course to scam you. You need like actual facts from professionals. So that's what I want to give you and make sure that you have by the end of this video if you're serious about starting your own business. So first and foremost, self-reflection and just understanding what motivates you. I think this really is the biggest point because you need to understand what drives and motivates you. What is causing you to have this idea like, oh, I need to start my own business? Is it because you want recognition? You want to be able to post about it on social media? Is it because you want to be able to support your family? You need additional income? Is it because you notice that there's a need in your community and you feel like you're qualified to meet that need? Really get crystal clear. What is it that is motivating you and driving you to start your business? This is going to be really key, especially as we get into the next steps, because you have to understand what your driving force is. What is your why? Why are you starting this? I will use myself as an example. I have a career in financial services. I have a degree in finance. I've worked at all of the largest investment banks in the world and in New York City, Paris, and Hong Kong. And I realized that I could count on one hand the amount of women that I had as clients. And I never saw any Black women, no matter where I went in the world, or if I did see Black women, they weren't in the type of roles that I was in. And that was really disheartening. And I was like, wait a minute. I want people who look like me to also have this information. It shouldn't just be gatekept or at a certain level. I want to bring this information to the Caribbean. I want to bring this back to New York. I want other women to have the same opportunities and the same access and just the same information that I get every day just because I happen to work in finance and this is the path that I chose. So that was my motivation for starting a business. I knew that I wanted to take all the knowledge I had learned working for all these huge investment banks and give it to my community. That was my why. Get crystal clear about what your why is. And it doesn't have to be something, huge or like, oh, I want to save the world. No, it could really be a simple, and now that I'm saying that, it's making me realize that I also just wanted flexibility. Like, I know that I travel a lot. I know that I'm always going to be between the US and France, and I'm going to want to go to Asia all the time. And like, I know that that's my lifestyle. So I also know that if I'm going to support myself and sustain the quality of life that I have now, I need to have a career that can keep up with that or that allows me to have that flexibility. So those are my two like driving forces behind why I wanted to start my own business and what drives me. So sit, think, pause. I think that's something that a lot of people don't do, is just like slow down today to try to figure out like what exactly it is that you want. Cancel out all the noise, forget about social media, forget about, what it's going to look like to anybody else. What's going to fulfill you? That's exactly what you want to get to. Next, you need to know your risk tolerance level and just like your level of commitment. Starting a business is not easy. It's so funny to me anytime I hear someone talk about, oh, make passive income really easy. It's so quick. And it's like, there's nothing passive about it. It's not quick. It's not easy. It's going to scare you. But there is a certain level of risk because it is something new. And I definitely don't want to downplay that. And I don't want you to think, oh yeah, everyone who starts their business is successful. Most people aren't. And something that I see a lot in And from my side, like somebody who's worked only in banking and consulting, really, I've noticed that a lot of people will give up before it really takes off. It takes time. It takes years, decades. It takes a lot of time to build something that's going to be lasting, if that's what your objective is. But that also comes with years of risk, and it takes time to build a solid, sustainable business. So understanding that and knowing that, okay, yeah, you may put money into this and you may not get it back out immediately. You have to be okay with that. It is a risk starting your own business. It is a risk deviating from something that you currently do today to switching to something new. Figure out what your level of risk tolerance is and what your commitment is to this, and that will gauge again how serious you are. If it really is just because you want things to post online or because you want to keep up with the latest trend of entrepreneurship, like maybe that's not for you. I don't think everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. Truly, it's not, and I don't think that it should be glamorized or that it's bad. Like, there are so many benefits of having just like a traditional type of job. Not everybody is meant to start their own business, and that's okay. Maybe you need stability. Maybe you need consistent healthcare. Like, there's so many factors that go into it that you can never judge anybody's decision for how they choose to live their life. Everyone's circumstances are different, and I think getting really clear on what yours are and what your just tolerance is for that to kind of just be shaky, because understanding, especially in the beginning, businesses do not grow overnight. It takes a commitment to start your own business, and you have to really look at yourself honestly and say, okay, am I committed to this? Am I doing this is this just really a passing thing, or like, is this really my dream and I really want to do this? You have to really be serious and honest with yourself about what your level of commitment is to your business and if you're going to be in it for the long haul, because that's really what you need if you're going to go into business. The next area is market research and identifying opportunities. Is there an actual need for this business? You need to make sure there's proof of concept for your business before you get started. Is it an area that's super oversaturated? Is this something brand new that's never been done before? Validating that your business idea actually works and is viable is super key, is really key before you even start. And something that goes along hand in hand with that is just understanding who your target market is. Who is your service benefiting? Who are you trying to serve? Who is this going to reach? What is their lifestyle like? Why would they need this? How is this going to make their life easier? Those are all questions that you want to ask yourself before you get started in a business. And this happens all the time. And I talk to a lot of my friends who are also in business, where people will come and they'll, I don't know, buy all this product for their business idea. They get it, and then they haven't really thought about, okay, who is my target customer? Where do they like to shop? How do I get into those outlets? Like, those are all questions that you need to ask yourself in the beginning before you start, so that you don't waste your time, money, energy, resources. Like, do all of that legwork in the beginning before you even start your business, so you know that it's viable. Because there's nothing worse than putting in, I don't know, 6 months to a year's worth of work, tens of thousands of dollars, and then you find out, oh, actually this isn't a viable business idea, and now I have, I don't know, a case of, I don't know, sweater or something that you want to sell that you have nowhere to sell or nowhere to go, and you kind of are just at a loss. That is exactly what I want to avoid. And that is exactly the kind of work that I do with my clients all the time. Literally sitting down, like mapping out, okay, what is the business? What is the revenue structure? Who are you targeting? Those are the types of questions that I talk to my clients about all the time. So that's exactly what I want to make sure that you're doing the same thing as well. Number 4 is finances. You absolutely are going to need money to get started. And I think being really honest and clear about yourself, about what is your budget, what are your financial resources and other types of resources and support that you have to start this business. It's really easy to just jump into business and say, okay, I'm going to be a wholesaler. I'm going to sell stuff on Amazon. And like, okay, but that takes money to start. What is your monthly budget? What is your cash flow looking like? Really looking at your finances, seeing how much you can invest in this business, seeing if there are funding options that you can take. Those are all things that you need to consider before you even start. That way, again, you don't waste your time or your resources. And thinking about this in the beginning will absolutely save you money in the long term. So say, for example, you want to start selling white t-shirts and you find a supplier and you think, okay, I'm going to invest $10K with this supplier. But after doing some market research, you later find out that you could have spent $5,000 instead of 10. You would rather learn that in the beginning, right? Before you spend the 10K, that you could have got it for half. These are the types of things you need to consider and really research before you even jump into any sort of business. And then also just a budget for yourself. I think, and I'm going to do an entire video dedicated to the financial mechanics of business and what goes into that. So I will leave that link in the description box once it is out. But just really understanding your finances, your budget, and how much money you have to invest in your business in the beginning is key. Last but not least, I would say looking at your network and support system. You need people in life in general to be successful. Community, support systems, that's truly the reason that I am who I am today, where I am today. Like, the amount of love and support that I get from the people who I surround myself with in life, priceless, like truly, truly priceless. So look at your support system. Do you have supportive people in your life? Do you have people who are going to encourage you, be there for you? Mentors? Do you know anybody in your life who has started a business and runs it and is successful? Those are the types of people that you're going to want to surround yourself with, talk to, just again, to get encouragement, motivation, inspiration. It's really necessary to have those sorts of people in your life. Not everybody obviously wants to be an entrepreneur, can be an entrepreneur, but there is a type of person who will pour into you, encourage you, and support you no matter what you're doing. That's really key. It can be really detrimental, particularly in the beginning when you're starting a business, if you have people around you who are jealous, insecure, going to compare themselves to you. It's just going to slow you down. And honestly, especially in the beginning, it's really hard as it is. You don't need an extra like outside noise and just like negativity from people who are going to bring you down. So just being aware of that. And even if you are around people like that, maybe don't share your business idea with them, or don't, just being really aware and discerning of who you have around you, who is in your circle, and making sure that you have people who are going to love you and support you no matter what, because running a business is hard. It's hard to set up. Can be challenging. It is so rewarding and fulfilling, but just having the right community around you is the biggest life hack I could ever say. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope it just inspires you to really just self-reflect and just do really thorough like planning, thinking, being strategic again before you start your business. I don't want you to waste your time, your money, any of that. And I also don't want you to give up prematurely when you have an incredible business idea. Going through these steps and kind of just asking yourself these sort of questions will give you an idea of where and how you can go in your business and just how you can be most successful. I really want to just set you up for the best success in your business. I hope this gave you just like a better understanding of just, what kind of goes on behind the scenes before you start a business, the type of questions just to ask yourself, to be strategic, to be like, okay, is this viable? Do I have this? And at the end of the day, you just have to have a huge level of faith, honestly. I know for me, my faith is really what carries me through my business. Let me know in the comments what sort of business you have, if this was helpful, if there's any other advice that you would give to other entrepreneurs who are starting out on their journeys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.